Is social media hurting musicians?
Most people believe that social media is a musician's key to instant fame and money by allowing musicians to shoot their way into the spotlight, fulfilling their lifelong dreams. Social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify are seen as tools for artists to effortlessly reach millions of viewers through previously impossible ways, allowing them to get brand deals and may even make extra profit. However, social media has unforeseen side effects on the careers of many musicians. Social media ultimately impairs musicians' abilities to thrive in the music industry by harming them financially, consuming precious time, and restricting creativity. Although social media does allow artists to earn profit, the era of social media actually impedes musicians financially, making it harder for musicians to succeed in their careers. It is commonly believed that social media can aid musicians because their music is on various social networks, causing greater profit. However, people fail to realize that social media also allows everyone to pirate music of the artists. According to The Guardian, 38% of listeners continue to acquire music through illegal means. The most popular form of copyright infringement is stream ripping, 32%, using easily available software to record the audio from sites like YouTube at a low quality bitrate. And that's where the quote ends. Stream ripping is an example of how easy it is for anyone to pirate music from artists. The more apps artists post their songs on, the more likely it is that someone will pirate their music. Roughly 38% of artists are missing out on money they rightfully deserve because of how easy it is to steal and pirate music on social media platforms. Social media apps like Spotify and other streaming services take money away from artists, as explained by the inequalities of digital music streaming. Record labels and streaming platforms are two major entities that separate an artist from directly profiting from their streaming music. Streaming platforms such as Spotify do not pay artists who are featured on the platform directly. Instead, when Spotify streams a recording, it pays a part of its sales to the intermediaries that each take a cut before paying the artists. And that's where the quote ends. Streaming services prevent artists from making the maximum amount of profit. They take musicians' money for their hard work before the record labels take even another cut of the profit, leaving artists with a scrap of the money that they actually deserve. Furthermore, streaming services purposely underpay artists on their platforms. Zoe Stearns, the author of The Inequalities of Digital Music Streaming, states, artists on average are paid less than 1/10 of a cent per stream on Spotify. And even though Spotify tripled value during COVID-19 pandemic, it did not increase the payout to its artists. That's the end of the quote. Streaming services pay an incredibly minute amount of money, which makes it hard for artists to make money when it's the main way of listening to music nowadays. Although Spotify could pay artists far more since they have tripled in value, they refuse to do so. The lack of pay holds musicians back from having the money they need to thrive in the music industry. Now another thing is that social media takes away valuable time from musicians, which holds them back from prospering in the music industry. For instance, social media can cause musicians to become less productive. Berklee, a music college, hosted an interview with the assistant chair of Berklee Music Business/Management Department, Christopher Wares. In this interview, he has asked for examples of digital burnout in his students. Digital burnout is defined by the exhaustion and stress of being pressured to make social media content. Wares states, "You'd be surprised how many students I talk to that have voiced concerns about this issue. Some factors that have led to digital burnout have included ineffective time and priority management," and that's where the quote ends. Multiple student artists inform Wares that the pressure of having to post on social media causes them to have poor time management. As a result, artists are wasting time that could be used in more productive ways such as brainstorming song ideas or recording songs. Social media requires constant attention from musicians. When asked about the effects of digital burnout, Wares responded, "This kind of burnout affects artists at every level or stage in their career. Emerging artists need to be active on social media to start building their fan base, and established artists need to stay on their socials to interact with fans and stay relevant and promote releases." That's the end of the quote. All musicians are essentially required to constantly be active on social media and post if they want a chance of succeeding in the industry. Therefore, instead of being able to focus all their time into producing music, they now have to additionally take responsibilities of constantly posting, which takes away their time. Finally, social media prevents musicians from thriving in the music industry by restricting their creativity. For instance, social media can cause artists to become burnt out. Posting on social media takes a lot of creative efforts. To make a good video, artists have to plan an interesting topic, make a script, record, edit, publish, and monitor the data to make sure their video is doing good. Combining this with the innovative efforts of writing and recording a song, musicians attempting to juggle both jobs get their creative minds tired and overworked. This leads to a lack of ideas and creativity in their songs, which can hurt their chances of success in the music industry. In addition, social media prioritizes generic music over unique and creative artistic expression. Since the goal of social media is to go viral, artists are forced to appeal to the majority of the internet in order to find larger success in social media. In order to appeal to this majority, artists are forced to make short, trendy, catchy songs that will be enjoyed by the majority of people on social media. This results in artists not being able to fully express themselves and not being able to make themselves known for something unique in the industry, since social media algorithms prefer and promote more generic songs, thus limiting their creativity. Finally, social media negatively impacts the careers of all musicians and diminishes their chances of flourishing in the music industry. Social media harms musicians financially through piracy and underpaying them through streaming platforms. In addition, social media consumes their time by demanding constant attention, causing unproductivity, requiring musicians to learn lots of new skills. Lastly, social media restricts the creativity of musicians through cyberbullying, overworking. I'm gonna start that over. Social media negatively impacts the careers of all musicians and diminishes their chances of flourishing in the industry. Social media harms musicians financially, and then also harms them I'm gonna restart. To summarize, social media negatively impacts the careers of all musicians and diminishes their chances of flourishing in the industries through multiple ways, like harming them financially, consuming their time, and limiting their creativity. As time passes and social media keeps growing and becoming a core part of the music industry, it will become impossible for any musician to survive in the industry without social media. Musicians will become dependent on social media for their careers despite the various issues that it also causes for them. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah.